We'll suck for food. All right, all right, all right. Let's fucking do it.
It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow. It's time for the Dusty Show. Time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow. It's time for the Dusty Show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the universe's finest program. It's time for Dusty. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. You are kind and handsome. I love you guys out there. How you doing? We skipped the Wednesday show. I ain't got an excuse. I just need some sleep, y'all. Doing 3 shows a week is really taxing. I've been working my ass off, so I need a little break. Took a little break. Tell you what I did. I didn't even do anything exciting or nothing. I'll show you what I did. I'm not getting paid to tell you this, by the way. I'm just sharing my life with you. Found 2 new games that I love. First off, Balatro. Got the demo out right now. It goes live 20th, so 4 more days. Got the demo out still, though. I like these games that are card battlers. It's like more intellectual. You have to plan out what you want to do. It's not all about twitch reflexes. Helps me keep my old-ass mind sharp. I like that one. Can't wait for the real game to come out. And then I spent a bunch of time playing this one, Spell Rogue. It's like a card battler mixed with poker rules. No, the other was poker. This is dice. So poker and dice. A new spin on the card battlers. So I had a good time, played that. Got some sleep, rested up. Now I'm fucking recharged, ready to go on the world's greatest show. So hell yeah. No forgiveness. I know. I don't fucking deserve it. And know what else I did? I watched this movie, The Iron Claw. I've been waiting for that movie to come out. The Claw. When I was a kid, to my sisters. The Claw. You're going to get the claw. And I thought it'd be good. First off, it wasn't good. Like, okay, the Von Erich story. It's a tragic story. Real life. Had a lot of meaty drama they could have used. Fucking blew it. First off, like, I thought Zac Efron was wearing some kind of prosthetic, but I think this is the way his face looks now. He looks fucking weird. And so through the whole time, I thought he was playing Kerry Von Erich, which it makes sense. He's about the size of Kerry Von Erich, and he looks more like Kerry Von Erich than any of the rest of them. And so I'm watching the movie, and I was confused. He ain't playing Kerry Von Erich. He playing somebody else. And, like, it's weird because he beefed all up for this role. Took a bunch of fucking steroids, and he's way more ripped and huge than the guy he's playing. The fuck's the point in that? To get even more jacked. So he doesn't look like anything like the guy he's playing, because he's too fucking jacked. He should be playing Kerry Von Erich. He's the same size as Kerry Von Erich. Don't make no sense. So then they got this other guy, the guy from Shameless, and the guy from The Bear, this dude over here, Jeremy, whatever his name is, Jeremy Allen White. Huge actor right now, real popular. They got him playing Kerry Von Erich, but he's too fucking short. This dude like, what, 5'8"? Kerry Von Erich like 6'4" or some shit? It don't make no sense. And they had different scenes where like they were showing like the real Kerry Von Erich on TV, and it was real clear it wasn't fucking this guy. Great actor, but bad casting all the way around, and it was not good. That a guy that played Ric Flair, I don't know what his choices for that role were, but it wasn't fucking Ric Flair he was playing. Anyway, bad. Not a good movie. And that is my movie review of The Iron Claw. And all right, let's go ahead and kick off the show, folks. Got an exciting, amazing show. We got a week's worth of stuff to cover. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Oh, I got to do the super chat. Super chats, yeah, lifeblood of the show. Super chats, I answer everything. Right here, boom. There is a magical $sign. If you click it and you donate some money, not only will I read every word you say, but then a fat Dusty will pop up and eat your money. You'll help the cats out. You'll feel good about yourself. And the most important thing, you'll have more like yourself forever and ever and ever. In the super chats, because what's going to happen 1,000 years from now, AI is going to watch this show, and they're going to be like, hey, that person super chatted. We're going to make robots. They're going to be infinitesimally small where you can't see them. We're going to go back in time, and then we're going to scan that person's DNA, and we're going to resurrect them so they can live forever. It's going to happen. Trust me, folks. So anyway, don't disappear into the void forever. Super chat me is the long and short of that story. And all right, let's kick it off, folks. Let's do some Chud Watch. Hell yeah. Come on. You got it, Dusty. Where the fuck is the Chud Watch? God damn it. I can't even see the fucking screen. Too little, too little. There we go. That's better. Boom. Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chud. Then we make fun of them. Woo! Like the guy was doing Ric Flair couldn't even do woo right. He sounded worse than I do doing the woos. How hard is it to do a woo, especially when you're playing Ric Flair? All right, you got to get your woos down when you're playing Ric Flair. And if the guy can't properly woo, then why you got to fucking play Ric Flair? It don't make no sense, Iron Claw. Anyway, I digress. First off, on the Chud Watch. So Eric Trump, remember, a couple weeks ago, he was leaving his daddy's latest corruption trial in New York, and he was like, I promise all of y'all, I promise you, I would never lie, I'm a Trump. Promise from me to you, read my lips. We gonna win this thing. Remember that?
Are you going to come back next week?
It's an absolute joke. And guys, we're going to win this thing. I promise you we're going to win because we haven't done a damn thing on the long show.
Are you coming back next week?
You guys need your...
Right, I promise you, we're gonna win, because we ain't done a damn thing wrong. And when a Trump makes a promise, you can take that. What's that now? Oh yeah, they lost horrendously $364 million. Yikes. So on top of everything, so basically with interest, it's like 450 million. And then he got that like 138 billion with aging Carol, another 10 million. So this dude's looking like $600 million already so far. He's really racking that shit up. And I'd love to see it. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever get a dime out of the guy. Slippery Don. He's Teflon. I'm most impressed at this point. He'd get away with everything, but we'll see what happens. They barred him from doing business in New York for 3 years, barred his two sons for doing business for 2 years. So the Trump New York empire is over, at least for now. Unless he was the presidency, then he'll just put all that on hold, or he'll figure some way to square him out of it. We'll see if Biden lets that happen. Probably. It's garbage. And didn't miss a beat, folks. He's a billionaire. Got tens of millions, not hundreds of millions of dollars for Republicans all over the country, but they started a GoFundMe, of course, immediately. Stand with Trump. Fund the $355 million unjust judgment. They had, I think they had 11,000 last time I checked of their $355 million goal. Just holy shit, why does he need your money? He's a billionaire. Just don't. It's fine. The grift never fucking ends. He's found an infinite money trick. And I'm, like I said, I'm pretty impressed. And then, folks, immediately got out there and he used Valentine's Day to try to drum up some donations. Sure, why not? He sent out this donation email. Dear Melania, I love you. Even after every single indictment, arrest, and witch hunt. You never left my side. Literally, she's never been at your fucking side. What are you even talking about? Where Melania at? She ain't been seen for any of this fucking bullshit. What the hell are you talking about? It's always gaslight. Anyway, you've always supported me through everything. She has not. I wouldn't be the man I am today without your guidance. Oh, is that the problem? Kindness and warmth. Melania warm? She about the coldest bitch I ever seen in my fucking life. You will always mean the world to me, Melania. From your husband with love, Donald J. Trump. So this is anybody sent out to other people. And then it says, please leave some kind words for the First Lady. This Valentine's Day, send your love. So if you click on it, it asks you for $47. That's the kind word to send to the First Lady. $47, please. And then if you don't give $47, another thing pops up that says, wait, before you go, I beg you. No matter how many vicious lies and attacks they throw our way, President Trump will never surrender. I mean, you literally did. You surrendered. I saw your mugshot. Anyway, just shameless grifting. But I mean, Republicans never run out of money. It's crazy. Infinite money trick. And then another good news for Trump. The SEC just approved the merger to take a True Social public. So you might remember this has been on the back burner for a long time. Started like this is never going to get done. So what they're trying to do here is this company is trying to infuse True Social and Trump Media Company with $300 million. Now, it's very obvious why they're doing this. They want to take it public so that the Trump cult can buy stock so they can pump it and then dump it, which is exactly what's going to happen. 100%. I'm already telling you what's going to happen. So they're going to have this stock publicly listed. It's going to shoot up to the moon. The people that are behind it, including Donald Trump, are immediately going to sell all their shares. They're going to leave the idiots who follow and believe in him holding the bag. And they're going to lose shit ton of money. All the old idiots are going to put their life savings into it, their retirement funds into it, because they believe Daddy Trump, anything he touches is going to be successful. This is going to be huge. We'll make tons of money. But every single time they do this, whether it's with his stupid NFTs, regardless of what it is, even the last time they put money into this fucking stock, it crashed, right? So that's all that's going to happen. But once again, Donald Trump going to get paid. He's going to make tens, $20 million sucking off the tit of the idiots that worship him. And even some people in the RNC now worried that he's going to doom conservatives forever, which he is. I mean, you guys made this bed. You lay it down with these dogs, you got to get the fleas, right? So for some reason, Trump is in charge of the RNC now. It doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't have anything to do with him, but he is. They all worship him. They ought to follow him. Lock, stock behind him because he's the kingmaker. If anybody goes against Trump, if you're a Republican, you get voted out immediately now. That's the way it works. And even his own daughter-in-law now saying he's going to drain the RNC fund to pay his own legal bills, which actually is good. This is a good thing, folks. Now, it's bad that he has access to this and he has this infinite money trick where he can just get money from all over the place, never have to spend his own money, spend other people's money, loot the coffers. That's bad. But what's great is it's going to almost ensure the Republicans have an incredibly hard time getting elected to anything else except for the presidency. They're going to probably lose Congress, you know. Going to lose tons of fucking seats. Going to have a hard time getting governorships around the country, getting state legislatures. 100% of the money going to Daddy Trump. No money for anybody fucking else. And it's a beautiful thing. Keep it up, Republicans. I love it when you guys shoot your own self in the foot. Meanwhile, he just out here saying it again over and over and over again to anybody that listens to him. Hey, I should be above the law. If you're the president, you should be able to do anything. Murder children and get away with it. Rape people, get away with it. Kill your political enemies like Putin just did. You get away with it. You should be held to no accountability if you're the president. Scary shit.
President, do you agree with your lawyers what they said on Tuesday that you should not be prosecuted or could not be prosecuted if you ordered SEAL Team 6 to kill a political opponent?
Well, you're talking about a totally different case, the immunity. I say this, on immunity, very simple. If a president of the United States does not have immunity, he'll be totally ineffective because he won't be able to do anything because it will mean he'll be prosecuted, strongly prosecuted perhaps, as soon as he leaves office by the opposing party.
Then why has it never happened? Never happened in the history of the presidency. Now, they have held you accountable, you solely, for all your crimes, but never any of the other presidencies. So it seems like you're fucking lying, as always. But I don't understand why nobody asked him. When has this ever happened before? You said that they would do it immediately to all the presidents. They never have done it before. What are you talking about? But yes, I guess, according to him, Joe Biden could murder him and get away with it. So, Joe Biden, Dark Brandon. All right, move. God damn it. These cats have boosted my bed up. Hang on, let me fix it. Cats, as always, we have 10 floating cats here on the world's greatest show, making it exciting. I have this, I have an adjustable bed. And they like to stand on the remote control and adjust my bed for me. No, thank you, cats. I don't need my bed adjusted. How about I move this over here where you guys will immediately find it in 2 seconds and do it again. All right. So, anyway. Get on that, Dark Brandon, instead of murdering children. Maybe you should up your game. Just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it, Dark Brandon. Just, die of old age or whatever. And then, I agree, for somebody who doesn't have dementia, he sure does spend a lot of time trying to convince people that he doesn't have dementia. So this is something I pointed out on several shows, but the last show especially, how he lies when the truth will work better. Literally, the gaslighting. It's so embarrassing. Even if you're a Trump supporter listening to me right now, there's no way you can believe what he's saying right now. You have to admit that he's a lying motherfucker, right? So he accidentally Swap Nikki Haley's name with Nancy Pelosi. Nikki starts at N, Nancy starts at N. It happens. I do it all the time. Once again, like I said before, I swapped out Billy Idol's name with Ziggy Stardust, David Bowie. And it's been a long-running joke. It happens. Do live speech. It's hard. Talking's difficult sometimes. You fumble over your words. You get ahead of yourself. And you say the wrong name. You just say, hey, everybody said I have dementia. Look, as much as I speak, as much as I get up on the stage and talk off the cuff, obviously I'm going to fuck up my words sometimes, right? It happens. Doesn't mean I have dementia. It's just natural to happen to anybody who does any kind of live speaking. That's all he has to say. But instead, he has to pretend like he is infallible. He didn't make this mistake. He did it on purpose, y'all. He really did mean to say Nikki Haley when it was clear that he meant to say Nancy Pelosi. Just believe him. He can't fucking possibly make a mistake. He is a God incarnate.
But when I say that Obama is the president of our country, blah, 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 they go, he doesn't know that's Biden. He doesn't know. So it's very hard to be sarcastic. When I interpose, because I'm not a Nikki fan and I'm not a Pelosi fan, and when I purposely interpose names, they said he didn't know Pelosi from Nikki. From Tricky Nikki. He didn't know. I interposed, and they make a big deal out of it. I said, no, I think they both stink. They have something in common. They both stink.
Yay!
And remember this.
We'll believe anything you say, even though it's so fucking obvious you're lying. Holy God. Just trash. They're so desperate to be followers, these alpha males. And then Tucker Carlson spent the week blowing Vladimir Putin and Russia. His whole grift this week is to try to convince rednecks that Russia's actually better than America. Yeah, my whole life is crazy. Conservatives have done nothing but shit on Russia. They've been the boogeyman ever since I was a kid, the most evil thing ever. When I was growing up, we had to learn how to do duck and cover drills under our desk because Russia was going to nuke us any second now. We had Wolverines, Red Dawn, where Russia was invading our country. Now, conservatives try to convince us that Russia is the motherland, basically. It's the paradise we should all hope for. It just goes to show you how embarrassing these out-of-touch oligarchs are. You got Tucker Carlson, who was heir to the Swanson food, I think? Silver spoon in his mouth. Grew up with rich fucking parents, obviously never done his own shopping, so I guess he hasn't had the pleasure of going to Aldi in the last 30 years. But for any of us poors who've gone to Aldi, you know that they have carts like this, where you put the quarter in it to get the cart, and then you return it and you get your quarter back. But he's saying this amazing brand new technology in Russia, which proves Russia is so much better and smarter than America is.
All right, here we go. So I guess you put in 10 rubles here, and you get it back when you put the cart back.
Yeah, we understand how that works, Tucker.
So it's free, but there's an incentive to return it and not just bring it to your homeless encampment. Okay. All right.
Totally cool. Well, wow. I want to move to Russia immediately, please. Finally, they've solved the cart stealing. And then he went to McDonald's to brag about how cheap McDonald's is. Of course, he didn't mention the fact that people in Russia make way, way, way less money than Americans do. So per salary, they're spending way more on food than we do. He ain't going to mention that part because that goes against this narrative. Anyway, here's how awesome McDonald's is in Russia.
Come back from the Ersatz Moscow McDonald's. Tasty, that's it. And first, the price, okay? Now, I'll admit, I have not been to a fast food place in quite some time, trying to preserve my girlish figure. Yeah. Also doesn't mean
you're not a real person. You don't go out in public. You have fancy private chefs cooking for you all the time, and you go to the best restaurants. It's obvious, fucking Tucker Carlson. You're like Donald Trump. You think you need ID to buy milk and shit. You pampered sissies.
Good, and I'm 54, so you probably shouldn't be eating that crap. But so I'm not exactly current on the prices, but here's what it cost in Moscow. 647 rubles. So that is exactly $7.05.
That's pretty cheap.
And for that, we got 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, but the average Russian makes $700 a month. So, yeah, That's a shit ton.
Large fries, large cola, Coke knockoff, and a piece of chocolate cake. Just couldn't resist. Is that helping come back?
We are laughing. Totally normal shit. So much better, which makes you wonder, why doesn't he just move to Russia? Don't think about it too much. And then he goes to the grocery store, folks. He actually got community noted for this one.
Corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation.
You mean capitalism? Yeah. Inflation, your boy Trump put $8 trillion on the credit card, okay? People want to blame price gouging by corporations for inflation. And yes, they did price gouge, but the only reason they were able to price gouge is because there were more dollars chasing the same amount of goods and services, which gave them the opportunity to price gouge. And 100% was because of the inflation caused by goddamn Donald Trump. They don't care shit about this, dude.
And they literally can't buy the groceries they want. At that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us. And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will radicalize you against our leaders. That's how I feel anyway, radicalized.
He's been radicalized! But yes, as community notes point out, over 60% of Russians spend half of their salary on food, according to Russian state-owned news agencies. The average weight in Russia is 73,000 rubles, about $791 a month. So yeah, worse in every goddamn way. So now that you know this, does that radicalize you against Vladimir? It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Oh, okay. It's almost like you're completely full of shit. And then yesterday, Putin finally got around to murdering his political rival, Alexei Navalny. Guys might remember this guy. He's the one that was challenging Putin, and then Putin poisoned him. And he was actually out of the country safe for a little while in the hospital. And then after he got better, he actually flew back to Russia knowing Putin was going to kill him. Put him in prison first, torture him for a while, and kill him. And he did it anyway. The fuck? I wouldn't have been anywhere near Russia. Talking about fucking bravery, but I guess he figured Putin killing him would be better for his cause in the long run. So yesterday, Putin got around to killing him, and here he was right before he died, folks. Yeah, he didn't just die of natural cause or anything. This is the day before he died. So it's not like he was sickly and he just fell dead or anything. Putin murdered him. Of course he did. Here he is, day before he died. And he did leave a message for the world to be released whenever eventually he was murdered, which he knew he was going to be. And the message is, listen, I've got something very obvious to tell you. You're not allowed to give up. If they decide to kill me, it means that we were incredibly strong. We need to utilize this power, to not give up, to remember we are a huge power. So, a real inspirational guy. This is what hero shit is all about. And it's sad that, you know, terrorist dictator Vladimir Putin murdered another one of his political enemies. You would think Tucker Carlson would have asked him about that, right? Or called him out for it. Anything. But no, opposition leader tortured and killed, journalists in prison and killed for reporting the news. Hundreds of thousands of young men are being sent to die in the war against Ukraine. No freedom of speech. It's illegal to protest against corrupt regime. But at least the Moscow subway station is nice. And the groceries in Russia are cheaper than the U.S., as the median household income in Russia is 1/9 of what it is in the U.S. So yeah, way better over there. And they even asked Tucker Carlson to just show you the evil of these people. Why didn't you ask him about Navalny? This is before Navalny died, so this is didn't age well. This is like the day before Navalny died. Why didn't you ask about that? Why didn't you ask about the assassinations of his political enemies? Why didn't you hold him accountable for anything? Even Vladimir Putin said that he thought Tucker Carlson's questions were softball. He thought he didn't ask him anything tough whatsoever. He was surprised. He just sat there and let him talk. Didn't really hold him accountable for anything. And here's what Tucker Carlson's excuse was.
I'll use the devil's advocate.
But advocate away.
Yes. Okay, I'll tell you. you should challenge in the rules of an interview, and you're a master in your business. It's not for me to give you a lecture about that, but you should challenge some ideas. For instance, you didn't talk about freedom of speech in Russia. You did not talk about Navalny, about assassinations, about the restrictions on opposition in the coming elections.
I didn't talk about the things that every other American media outlet talks about.
Why?
Exclusively.
Yes, this
because
is my
those are
question.
covered, and because I have spent my life
Literally, none of them have asked him about that because they haven't been allowed to interview him. What the fuck are you talking about?
talking to people who run countries in various countries and have concluded the following: that every leader kills people, including my leader. Every leader kills people. Some kill more than others. Leadership requires killing people. Sorry.
Yes, it does not require killing your political fucking enemies, blowing up planes and shit, sending 300,000 young men to their death in unnecessary wars. This is pure fucking evil, folks. I can't hold the powerful accountable for their many murders because everybody's doing it. Whataboutism at its most grotesque.
That's why I would want to be a leader. That press restriction is universal in the United States. I know because I've lived it.
It's literally not anywhere near what the fuck they do in Russia. What are you talking about? No, it's not. This is a false equivalence, and he knows it is.
Ask my former, I've had a lot of jobs.
Ask your former employer that fired you because you lied. You got sued for fucking lying, and they had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars because your fucking lies, all right? Wasn't because you were censored by your goddamn government, you fucking liar.
And I've done this for 34 years, and I know how it works. And there's more censorship in Russia than there is in the United States, but there's a great deal in the United States. And so, at a certain point, it's like people can decide whether they think, what countries they think are better, what systems they think are better. I just want to know.
Just so cowardly, so spineless, but that's what conservatism is about. No morals, no integrities, no backbone. Just trying to be contrarian. Oh, you guys don't think Russia's good? Oh, let me lie about Russia, pretend like it's good, even though it's fucking obvious it's evil as shit. Meanwhile, shamelessness is their superpower. Here's a convicted felon, Dinesh D'Souza, who was pardoned by Trump, going to compare Trump to Navalny. Navalny equals Trump. The plan of the Biden regime and the Democrats is to ensure their leading political opponent dies in prison. There's no real difference between the two cases. Yes, there is. Donald Trump is being tried for his crimes. Navalny was just put in jail as a political prisoner, and he was murdered. He didn't die in prison from old age and shit. Could not be more dissimilar. Holy fucking shit. And then, once again, shameless is their superpower. They'll literally say anything, folks. Here's a Fox News host venturing to wonder if Navalny would have died if Donald Trump would have been president.
I think you could even venture to wonder if Alexei Navalny would have died, been treated how he was, if there was a different president in office today.
Literally, he was poisoned under Donald Trump. He was imprisoned under Donald Trump. Donald Trump never fucking said a word about it. Putin tried to kill him also then. He tried to kill him the first time. He just didn't poison him just to poison him. He was trying to murder him then. What the fuck you talking about? Just because he failed in his murder attempt doesn't mean he wasn't trying to murder the dude. That was the point of the whole fucking poison. Trump didn't say one word either. In fact, they asked him about it, and his response was, we'll talk about that some other time, because he didn't want to answer any questions. He didn't want to shit on Putin. He didn't want to have to take up for this guy. He didn't have to call Putin out for murdering his political enemies or attempting to murder his political enemies. So he said, we'll talk about it another time.
Who do you think poisoned Alexei Navalny in Russia?
We'll talk about that at another time.
Shocker, he never spoke about it again. Never brought it up one time ever again, folks. So yeah, maybe it would have happened if Trump was president, only that fucking did happen when Trump was president. He didn't do fucking shit about it. But always, always, always gaslighting, because that's all they can do. The truth is not their fucking friend. Meanwhile, Republicans' main narrative about Joe Biden being a criminal who was taking bribes from Hunter Biden and his company just got disproven in a major way. the main FBI informant they've been using, the very credible one they've been using to gin up these claims for the last year, had just got arrested by the FBI for lying and apparently forging documents and shit. This was their smoking gun eyewitness, now proven that he's just a con man and a fucking liar. So, needless to say, this is the guy that was used over and over and over again dozens of times by Republicans to try to make it seem like they were actually doing something. They weren't passing any laws. They weren't actually having any policies to progress American society. So what they were doing to pretend like they were governing was investigating Joe Biden. Well, it turns out it was all a fucking lie. Well, here's how many times Ted Cruz used this informant to advertise his podcast over and over and over again. This is what happens when Republicans send these people to the highest political body in the country. They use the opportunity to lie, to shill for their fucking podcast, like they're goddamn me or something. Corrupt as fuck, as always. Why do they even have podcasts? Do your fucking job. Meanwhile, holy shit, Texas. Is Texas going to not be embarrassing for 5 seconds? Colin Allred, who is running neck and neck with Ted Cruz, is actually tied with him. I can't believe this shit. I'm not going to have too much hopium because it's fucking Texas. But come on, Texas, prove everybody wrong. This would be major if Ted Cruz actually lost. Once again, not holding my breath, but I'm shocked to even see it even at this stage. Meanwhile, George Santos' seat got taken over by Democrats. You guys see this? Con artist, lying piece of shit, George Santos, who they finally ejected from Congress. I guess the Republicans thought, hey, if Santos got elected, he was a lying con man, we could get somebody elected. Nope. Failed miserably. Democrat Tom Suozzi won back his former seat in New York's 3rd Congressional District, defeating lesser-known Republican rival Mazi Melissa Pillow. So now we have a razor-thin margin in the House. So the Republican majority shrunk once again. I think they have like 1 seat ahead. So Democrats probably going to take this back over for too long. In no small part to the fact that Trump has siphoned all the money out from the RNC and they don't have any money for their candidates left. So it's beautiful. Meanwhile, speaking of hoisted by your own petard, Ron DeSantis having a really bad week, folks. Apparently his book banning has come back to bite him in the ass. So he did this on purpose. He was trying to appeal to the far right, to the extremists, and give them carte blanche, just go in, interfere in all the schools, have all the books banned that they wanted to. And what happened was exactly what you would expect to happen. People that didn't have children in the schools were going and having hundreds and thousands of books banned, everything in the kitchen sink fucking banned. And now it's making him look bad. So he's like, guys, too many of you are banning books, y'all. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to pass a $100 processing fee. So you have to pay $100, I guess, per book that you try to have banned, which I guess will nip in the bud a lot of these activists having all the books banned. Who could have possibly seen that coming? And then a hero amongst us stood up to mock him and make fun of him, asking him why he doesn't believe in gender-affirming care for trans people, yet he himself wears lifts in his shoes, which is gender-affirming care, confirms his masculinity, or what he believes is masculine, being tall. Of course, he dodged the question and just did that real uncomfortable, you could tell if he had a gun, he would murder them in front of every fucking body if he could get away with it.
Yes.
Governor DeSantis, you have spoken out against the woke agenda of gender fluidity and also come out against gender-affirming care. So I was hoping you could square your opposition to gender-affirming care and people choosing their own gender identity with your frequent wearing of lifts and you hoping to choose your own height identity.
Nice try. Next.
Nice try. I wasn't fazed by that at all. Yeah, you killed your soul, dude. I'm watching you die inside, and 100% if he had a gun he could shoot somebody with and I get in trouble, he would murder you. Don't talk about his lifts. All he has to do is say, I don't wear lifts. Look, gonna take my shoes off, show you right now, nip this fucking narrative in the bud, but he won't do it because you're wearing the lifts, dude. You wearing it, shorty, big shorty. Just be a short king. It's all right. Just slay, king. You walk around and you kill him stone cold dead. Sashay away in your high heels, Ron DeSantis. And then right-wing influencer Owen Benjamin, like I told you guys on the recent shows, they used to try to hide the racism a little bit, but now they realize they could just be full racist right in everybody's face and get paid hugely for it. You don't have to pretend not to be racist anymore if you're Republican. Just lead into it, make the big bucks, and he's decided, yeah, let's do this shit. Owen Benjamin says, picking cotton, great way to start, and singing songs outside, coming home to a hot meal from the farm sounds like heaven. By the way, if you're wondering where this is going, it's going, slavery was good, actually, is where he's going with this. Yep, I shit you not. Let's continue. I'd love that life. Yeah, he'd love to be a slave, folks. Sure beats getting cannibalized in Africa. I bet those early American Christian settlers genuinely thought they were helping these people. Imagine if someone went back in time and showed what happened, that they now feel entitled to free money forever because of the kindness given to them by early Americans. It's so insane. Cotton is one of the lightest crops to carry. This can't be real. Is this real? Even I'm starting to question, this can't fucking be real. He didn't really say this, did he? I mean, fucking yikes. This can't be real. It is. He has talked like this his entire life. Hard to believe. Even for me, doing this show for all this time, sometimes it's hard for me to believe this shit's real. Good lordy. Anyway, it's so insane. Cotton is one of the lightest crops to carry. The Irish had to dig potatoes in the muck. And it, period, I don't know, the blacks basically just carried around pillows and sang songs, and now they wanted apologies. Such assholes. This can't fucking be real life. What the fuck? Good goddamn. I know it's trolling, but it's racist as fuck. And then, speaking of Chudwatch, he shall be Elon. Or he shall be Elon. Hilarious development between Matt Tiebaby and Elon Musk. So, you guys remember that Matt Tiebaby was Elon Musk's handpicked boy. So Elon Musk had the Twitter files that he wanted to exclusively give to a journalist who he knew would go in and cherry pick only the information out that Elon Musk wanted spread and bury the rest of it. That's why Elon Musk didn't release these files to everybody, of course. Then we'd all know what the fuck was in them. So he gave them to Tiebaby so Tiebaby could make up this narrative that the Joe Biden administration and the U.S. government was interfering in Twitter, censorship and whatnot. And it was a big boon for Matt Tiebaby because he got exclusive access to this, and Elon Musk was using Twitter to advertise the fuck out of him. So he was getting lots of free advertising to his Substack and making a shit ton of money by selling out to Elon Musk, right? Yeah, of course. So next thing you know, Elon starts losing billions of dollars, and he's real worried about Twitter going under. So he's like, hey, you know what my big enemy is? Substack. Yeah, Substack is where all the independent journalists are, and they're actually making a living on Substack. They're posting like links to their articles on Twitter, and people are actually going to Substack and paying them. I don't want Substack to exist, says Elon Musk. Instead, I want all those independent journalists to come over here and just use Twitter for all that. And if you don't use Twitter, fuck off. Well, Matt Tiebaby already was ensconced in Substack. There used to be something else before Substack, where all the journalists, all the independent journalists were using to make money off of, and it was owned by Twitter. Twitter shut it down, folks, which is why they all moved to Substack. Well, now Elon Musk having shut down his remorse, and he's like, no, I want all you to come back. So anyway, he's like, if you don't stop using Substack, then fuck all y'all. He even banned Mr. Free Speech, all links to Substack for a while before he got so much shit about it. So anyway, apparently now him and Ty Baby are feuding again publicly. Elon Musk released some of the, I guess, DMs they were sharing. So Ty Baby is like, hey, if you're going to release DMs, I'm going to release DMs. So he released some DMs that he sent to Elon, and it doesn't make either one of them look good at all. So Ty Baby is like, Elon, am I being shadow banned? He's literally accusing Elon of censorship. He believes he's being censored by Elon Musk, the free speech absolutist, to which Elon says, we went on lockdown after discovering that Substack had stolen massive amount of our data to pre-populate their Twitter ripoff. All that's bullshit. Looks like there is still a blanket search ban. Should be fixed by tomorrow. In other words, yes, I'm banning everybody that I don't like. I don't really give a shit about your free speech. It's all about money. Going forward, tweets with Substack will not appear in the For You unless it is paid advertising, just like Facebook, which is censorship. It's 100% censorship. In fact, this, at the time, was the largest censorship of independent journalists in the history of in the world, literally. So, yeah, for Mr. Free Speech. So, Ty Baby believes, as he said, he is being censored from Mr. Free Speech Absolutist. They both claim to be free speech absolutists. In fact, the entire reason that Ty Baby claimed that he was interested in the whole Twitter files is because it was about censorship. And he is so 100% gung-ho for free speech in every goddamn way that he was honored to be able to tackle these stories. That was the whole point, because he's a journalist that just wanted to get the truth out. So then he says, Elon, I repeatedly decline to criticize you and have nothing to do with your beef with Substack. I repeatedly declined to criticize you. He's saying to a man he believes has censored him. Figure that one out. Free speech absolutists, my ass. They don't actually care about any of this. They are sellouts, sycophants, suck-ups. Is there a reason why I'm being put in the middle of things? This really seems crazy. To which Elon says to him, I shit you not, this is Elon's chosen boy, somebody that did everything Elon wanted him to do, somebody that sold their soul to Elon Musk. And Elon says, you're dead to me. Please get off Twitter and just stay on Substack. Holy God. So it's like Donald Trump 2.0. You have to have 100% loyalty to him at all times, and he has to have zero loyalty to you. You're to be thrown on the bus whenever he feels it necessary. And good. Let him fucking fight. And that Elon Musk never wanted to shy away from sucking his own dick. And as the host of the world's greatest show, I know something about that. I bought Twitter to improve probable civilizational lifespan. This motherfucker literally sued to try to get out of buying Twitter. Only reason he bought Twitter because Mouse Chong and Cat Turd fluffed him up and talked him fucking into it. If you ask anybody on the inside, they say he bought Twitter to ban the kid who was tracking his flights across the country. So yeah, nothing to do with improving probable civilizational lifespan, but he's always got to suck himself off, gaslight us, because like I said, he's the new Trump wannabe. Meanwhile, interesting article came out about the traffic that Twitter was sending out during the Super Bowl. And this is crazy. Remember, Elon said that he started the whole new blue check mark to stop bots. It was the only way he could think of to stop bots, to make a huge amount of Twitter users pay a little bitty fee every month, $8, $9, $1, whatever, because bots won't use credit cards, and that will ensure bots get wiped out across Twitter. Well, I know, shocker, it turns out all that was bullshit. He was just trying to make money off the subscription fees because he knew that the direction Twitter was heading, he wouldn't be able to make money off the advertisers because it wasn't a safe space for advertisers. So he lied about the whole thing. Turns out bots are worse than ever. In fact, they are so out of hand that according to this article, 75% of the traffic that got sent out during the Super Bowl were bots, folks. 75%. Just to show you the difference, TikTok was 2.6% during the Super Bowl. Facebook was 2%. Instagram was 0.7%. Twitter, 75.9%. More than 3 out of 4 of the people that got sent out from Twitter during the Super Bowl were bots, folks. So, holy God. It's literally nothing but bot soup there. Bots responding to bots. The whole site is a ghost site. It's a zombie apocalypse on Elon Musk's Twitter. And that's my He Shall Be Elon / Chudwat section. Hell yeah. And we're going to do a woke panic coming up. You guys heard about Kristen Stewart? Yeah, they all triggered a shit over her. Is she gay, I guess? And no, I dare you, Kristen Stewart. Anyway, going to cover that next in the woke panic. But for now, what you guys think about the Chudwatch / Elon section? I'm a bot. Hell yeah, me too. I just don't know it. This is probably a simulation. We're probably all created by AI anyway, so we're all probably bots, really. But some of us are less bots than others. So, yeah, I'm only like 20%, just like my gayness. 20% bot, 20% gay. Free speech my ass, of course. It's all bullshit all the time with these people. Degenerate liars. DMs, does that need need dick missiles? Absolutely. Why do you think people keep sending dick pics? She is gay. She is very gay, apparently, which is not amazing if you're a conservative. Last one to leave Twitter, turn the lights on. Yeah, Substack no longer needs, not Substack, what is the other one? There's Blue Sky, and then there's Threads. And there's the other one, Mastodon. So probably Threads is going to take over eventually, I imagine. I may be in a simulation, but I'm keeping it real. Hell yeah, I keep it real. Real, motherfucker. And all right, get your super chats in, folks. Going to do a woke panic, and then I'm going to read all the super chats. So help out the show if you can. Please do it to it. But for now, it's time for woke panic. Prepare to be panicked, motherfuckers. It's so scary. And you know what's super scary? The gays. The gays, so scary. Case in point, Kristen Stewart, you guys remember from the Sparkly Vampire movie? That guy was so hot. Pattinson, he was like a Batman. How you gonna be gay when you could have dated Pattinson for longer than you did? But anyway, she's like, nah, I prefer Lady Con. I get it. I like ladies better too. They hotter. Anyway, so she did a new cover on Rolling Stone. Kristen Stewart and her fiance have been talking about the possibility of having babies. And she looks fit. She looks like she's in shape. Now, she's older. She probably would in her mid-30s now. So she don't longer look like she's 18 years old, but she's still looking pretty good. She looking more lesbian-y, but I think if I was a lesbian, I'd be like, swing, got a lady boner, be sliding off my chair. I want to break off a piece of that if I was more gay. Anyway. Christopher Rufo, who is the guy behind the CRT panic. He's the one that specifically sold any talk of racism, any talk of slavery in schools, any talk of inequality. It's all CRT to freak the boomers out with. He even specifically said that's what he was doing. So now, y'all, man, imagine sitting next to this guy at a party. He's like, queer is an ideology, not a sexuality. What? And it appears to make people miserable, he says, as he's bitching about a Rolling Stone cover. They put dismal pictures of Ellen Page and Kristen Stewart under headlines with words like joy, family, happiness, propaganda that intends to demoralize. Literally, you were the one trying to demoralize everybody by making a big deal of this Rolling Stone cover that no one should give a shit about. He wasn't the only one freaking out. Triggered. Douse name is Republicans. Here's an end wokeness. Wokeness destroys the mind, body, and soul. What the fuck? She looks fine. She's 10 years older, but she looks fine. It's just a pixie haircut. She looks healthy. What is the problem? Seems like conservatism destroying happiness, if you ask me. Ollie London, freak show Ollie London, who you guys might remember, is famous for getting plastic surgery to make him look Korean. I don't know. Anyway, he mad that she looks better than he does, I'm assuming. He like, Rolling Stone magazine pushes queer and non-binary ideology with new cover star Kristen Stewart. She's just a famous actress. The magazine has dressed the actress up as a man. She's not, I guess she's wearing a jock strap. Is she dressed like a man? I don't know. It's not that men. I don't know. I don't know men who would dress like this. I guess maybe Lorenzo Lamas. I don't know. The magazine has dressed the actress up as a man wearing a men's jockstrap while making a crotch-grabbing motion. Oh, no. Inside the magazine, the actress has repeatedly talked about gender identity and how she is flipping the gender script, being a queer woman who wants to do the gayest thing you've ever seen in your life. Cool. Seems like a Rolling Stone magazine is probably going to go out of business for too long, and so they're trying to do anything they can do to get people to talk about them, you know, because print magazines are outdated technology. So you're doing them a favor, I'm pretty sure. But, of course, when they go out of business, as all print media will do, they'll blame this, even though it has nothing to do with it. They're already going to go out of business anyway because it's a dying industry. Anyway, Libs of TikTok, Chaya Ratbitch, terrorist account you might remember is like, disgusting! It's so disgusting. What is disgusting about it? It's not more disgusting than anything else. I mean, she's not overweight. You guys be mad if she's overweight. She's not trans. You guys be mad if she's trans. You can't even be gay. She a cis woman. She just gay, wearing a jockstrap, and it can't do nothing, y'all. They triggered about everything. And I am I was wrong. Wrongest on the internet, lives in Malaysia, is like, Hollywood ruined her. I mean, she looks fine. She's just older. Imagine looking like a fucking troll dog fucked a frog and talking about people's looks. This dude, holy God, that's the coolest you've ever looked in your life, and you still fucking look like an incel virgin, like you've never touched a woman. Like you're friendless, sad, lonely, like you're gonna, I can't even say anymore. Anyway, speaking of I am strong, just to show you what a grifter he is. We already knew, folks. But these people would change every single thing they ever claimed to believe in a heartbeat. Oh, literally overnight. For $1. Back 2009, 2014, I Am Al Strong was like, reminder, Bill Maher is a racist and misogynist who hates Palestinians. No one's perfect. Some people have bad taste in music, while others cheer on the destruction of the Palestinians. Unfucking believable. Israel military opens fire on unarmed civilians and human rights activists. Like 5 years. He's 100% pro-Palestinian. Fuck the Israeli government. 2019, he turns into a chud, starts making more money, shilling right-wing talking points. Suddenly, he's like, Palestinians should stop building homes illegally on land they don't own. There's no such thing as a two-state solution. The West Bank and Gaza are a part of Israel. The Gulf world is regretting its decision to throw money to Palestinians. They should have worked with Israel all along. Nothing but hatred for Palestinians. 100% flipped. Turn on a dime. That's the life of a fucking grifter. Which makes my next post hilarious, sort of. So apparently, in Malaysia, where I Am Al Strong lives, he's never stepped foot in America. He literally makes a living pretending to be an American conservative, interfering in our elections, funded, supported by people like Elon Musk, who don't give a shit that he's a foreign agent, interfering in our elections. Well, apparently in his home country of Malaysia, they have laws against unquestioning support of Israel, which I'm against. That seems like a violation of free speech. But anyway, they're not big fans on shitting on Palestinians in Malaysia. And so recently, there's been talk that he might be in trouble in Malaysia for being anti-Palestinian and shilling for Israel all the time. And so he's had to go public and make statements that he actually supports the Palestinian people and he is not all pro-Israeli. If you're wondering why I Am Al Strong posted about Malaysia for the first time ever, it's because media in the country is calling for him to be investigated for possible sedition over his social media activity. For the record, Malaysians can be charged for sedition under the Seditions Act for expressing views that could potentially sow discord among communities in the country. And so immediately he's like, I love Malaysia. I've literally never mentioned it before that I live here. I've never talked about the Malaysian government before, my own home country. I've 100% pretended I'm an American for the last 15 years. I love it here. Please don't throw me in jail, Malaysia. Fucking hilarious. Here he is. I have always supported Israel's right to exist. What you are seeing now is Israel would happen every day if not for the IDF. Yeah, he's changing his tune now. They're probably not going to do anything, but it's funny to watch them squirm. And then, folks, imagine being these people. These are the same people that tell you that being gay somehow steals happiness. Tell you that the left are miserable people. This is how broke their brains have become. So this little girl here saved up her own money. Literally worked at a lemonade stand. Didn't ask her parents for anything. Not socialism, didn't get a handout. Literally worked as a child to raise money for herself so she could go to a Taylor Swift concert where then she had fun. And they're shitting on her for this, folks. She is the perfect example of everything they claim you should be for. To work hard, to pay for your own things, to not ask for handouts, to enjoy your life. Everything they say they stand for, but they don't. Here they are shitting on this little girl. Will says, Will, who has 14,800 followers, more than I do, says Taylor Swift has destroyed this generation. The caption says, my daughter spent all summer selling lemonade to buy her first Taylor Swift ticket. And look how excited and happy she is. All she is crying and excited because she gets to see her hero. Imagine hating on this. Imagine hating on seeing a child be happy. A child work to make themselves happy and accomplish it. But that's what conservatives are, folks. 100% the opposite of everything they claim they're for. The fakest motherfuckers on the planet. All they do is cry about everything. And last but not least, apparently football is too woke for conservatives now. I guess we already knew this with the Colin Kaepernick thing. But now they're like, boys play games, men build families. What? Now they're shitting on all football players for playing games? Haven't you guys been in love with football players for fucking ever? Isn't this the ideal masculinity you guys have been shilling to us? But now, nope. Football players suck ass now. Unless you're building a family. And it looks like he is trying to build a family. Don't you have to meet a girl first and date and shit and fall in love before you can build a family? Nope. You got to just immediately follow the first day, spit out kids immediately, and not play sports to make a living, I guess. Or you're not a real man. You're just a boy. So stupid. So stupid. And that is my woke panic. Hope you enjoyed it. And folks, and date and shit and fall in love. It's me, Dusty. Hey, if you look at the description of this video, there is a link to my Patreon right here. Boom, the very first link. And if you click on it, become a new member right here at the top. Could you please consider becoming a member? I know it's a pain in the ass. I apologize for asking you, but the money goes to support the show. I don't sell anything. I don't run any ads on the show. I'm 100% user supported by people like you. So if you watch a couple of my shows a week and you've been doing it for a while, please chip in. I really need the help. Running an animal sanctuary costs a lot, and I do work incredibly hard on the show. I'm always working, so if you enjoy the content, please support it so I can continue doing this. And I thank you in advance and appreciate you. And you also get exclusive content. It's not for nothing, but you get a lot of exclusive content, more Cult Dusty stuff. You don't want to miss it, so please go join my Patreon. And now let's read the Super Chats. Super Chat's a little low tonight. Kick in the Super Chats if you can, folks. It was low the last show, too. Get to 5. Jason Ashby, appreciate you. And another 5, so 10 total from Jason Ashby. You lucky motherfuckers. Give Jason Ashby all your love. And join me tonight at the after party, available to all of the Dust Buddies. And BBC always helping get those numbers up. Shrooms had me in a choco tonight. New stuff. My keyboard is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Life. I had pictures of me with Yvonne Erickson, Andre the Giant. Anyway, brain not working. Have fun, guys. Sad about both the Von Eriks and Andre the Giant, but thank you for supporting the show. Appreciate you, BBC. Enjoy those shrooms. And 20, count on 20 Dusty memberships for you guys. Give BBC all your love and show up at the after party tonight. He sounds like he's having fun. And Gina Harry, $10, just moved to a new house, and the transition has been hard. Watching you makes my new house feel like my home. Thanks for going wherever I go to say, we're all in this together. I hope you enjoy your new house. Always exciting moving. Hood and $5. Alex Jones got a couple million in Bitcoin. Imagine what Trump zombies would donate. Trump for his fines. Yeah, don't even get me started. It's already so depressing watching all these people make a lot of money, and I'm having a hard time scraping by. Did you see the Pacman show today? I did not. Where the caller calls him out, barely covering Palestine. Pacman's response was very shocking. The show will be over. Please see the show eventually. Cheers, mate. Well, send me a link to it so I can cover it maybe. I could watch that during the after party if it's not too long. Heartbreaking over Navalny. I mean, nobody should be surprised. Seems like he did it right around the time of Tucker Carlson interview on purpose, just to put it in our face. Dude's pure evil. Bleep bloop. So Donna Rose, love you as always. Love you back, Donna. Thank you for your generosity. And Jason asked $10. Woo! Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you. And more super chats, please. Get your super chats in, folks. Going to read all the rest of it at the end of the show. Help me keep the lights on. And I appreciate it. And now, it's time to get depressed. But raise your fist with me. Free Palestine. And if you don't like the Palestinian coverage, folks, after it, we have a what the fuck section coming up. We have a trash wall. We have a religious bullshit and a beyond parody. So plenty of show after this. Don't skip out on it just because this is too hard to watch. But we got to cover it, folks. Israeli killed everyone in this picture, folks. The genocide continues on. Entire family gone. You might not want to call the whole thing a genocide, but they definitely genocided this entire family. The name is gone forever. Every one of them gone. Paid for by you and me. Gaza genocide is become the new normal, folks. Don't look away. Here he goes. More bodies buried. More children buried under the rubble. Because Joe Biden sent bigger bombs. Meanwhile, warning murder happens here. Israel sniper assassinated him. His crime was selling lemons. Can't do that. Can't sell lemons. They're just killing everybody. And this is hard to watch, folks. I covered this a little bit in the last show, but it's important. It's important that we know exactly how much evil is going on in our name. It's important that they can't cover this shit up. This time with that little girl. Just watch.
The only one left was the little girl, Hind. She said, please, I'm little, I'm injured, I peed myself.
It's psychotic how Hind Rajab died. Like, up until today, we all thought that, oh, this 6-year-old just got caught in crossfire, and that's not what happened. A tank pulled up next to her car where she was sitting in the backseat with 3 of her cousins trying to flee the war zone, and they emptied machine gun fire into their hatchback Kia.
And here's the video that's come in of what they found. This video shows the black Kia that she was in destroyed, riddled with bullets. Hind was among 6 bodies found inside this car, along with her aunt, her uncle, and her 3 cousins. Also,
Hind's family was parked at a gas station, as in the car wasn't even moving, when a tank started to approach them, and then the oldest cousin got scared and called Red Crescent. That's like the Arabic equivalent of 911. They were hoping the ambulances would let the army know that they're just civilians and they're just trying to get to safety.
They don't care.
15-year-old Lion Hamadeh was also shot and killed while on the phone with the Red Crescent.
You can hear them execute this 15-year-old girl.
So Hind is the only survivor after a barrage of machine gun fire. Like, she's literally sitting next to dead bodies, and she picks up the phone to talk to Red Crescent because she's scared. And the dispatcher stays with her on the phone until she can get a hold of the army to let them know they're sending an ambulance to come get a 6-year-old. And you can guess what happens next.
Army also bombed the Palestine Red Crescent Society ambulance sent to rescue Hind. Both Red Crescent medics Youssef Zaino and Ahmed Al-Madhoun were found dead in the wreckage of the ambulance in Gaza's Tel Al-Hawa area. The Red Crescent said Israeli forces knew about the rescue mission, but still deliberately attacked the ambulance, which was found just meters away from Hind's car.
They shot a tank round at the ambulance. Like, the dispatcher quite literally picked up the phone, was like, listen, there's a 6-year-old that we're gonna come rescue. And then the officer's like, sure, come send the ambulance. And when it got there, they blew it up.
we can show you the mangled ambulance that was dispatched to save her.
Politicians in Tel Aviv are arguing about Hind's death, and I shit you not, one of them said they killed a future terrorist.
Of course they did, folks. Here's the second video covering this.
One of them said they killed a future terrorist.
At the weekend, that girl was found dead in the car, as were the paramedics. Does that constitute a war crime? I heard about this tragic...
I'll just show you the... Instead of playing this bitch for you, I'll show you. This is their response to it, folks. Here's the Israeli ambassador when they're asked about this.
6-year-old girl who was found dead at the weekend, Hind Rajab, and she was in a car with her family. They were fleeing Gaza City, and she was on the phone. She was the last surviving member of her family in the car. She was on the phone to emergency services. The Red Crescent sent an ambulance out to her. At the weekend, that girl was found dead in the car, as were the paramedics. Does that constitute a war crime?
I heard about this tragic case. I don't know what exactly happened there.
They always play ignorant. You do know exactly what the fuck happened. You just don't care. You're pretending to try to cover for this fucking evil because you are goddamn evil.
But we've seen how Hamas take over ambulances. We've seen how they embed themselves in the hospital.
So is it okay to strike an ambulance then if that's what happened?
Well, according to international law, when on that ambulance there are terrorists, or if they're on the way to perform...
You just said you didn't know what happened. You said you have no information. Now you're saying they're terrorists, so you do know and they're terrorists? Which is it?
An attack again.
Well, they were on the way to rescue the 6-year-old girl.
We don't have all the information, and what I
was recorded in a conversation.
Again, we don't know all of the information. What I ask you, I understand the criticism against Israel. I acknowledge that. But every time you criticize Israel, ask, why are we in this situation?
Because your leader of your far-right part of your country, Bibi Netanyahu, is facing prison for corruption charges. As soon as he leaves office, they're going to put him in prison. So instead, he allowed October 7th to happen on purpose. They knew it was going to happen. He allowed it to happen to give him reason to bomb the shit, to feed the bloodlust of the Israeli people and keep himself in power and out of prison. And then you are turning around and doing exactly the same thing, continuing his lies, committing genocide and murdering children because you're fucking evil. Hope that helps.
This tragic war, this tragic reality that the people in Gaza are living under. Why are they living like this? Who is responsible?
You, bitch! You fucking cunt!
For that. The infrastructure of the terror tunnels underneath Gaza. I don't hear a lot of coverage for that here.
Because it's bullshit.
We need to talk about it, how they embedded the hospital.
Yeah, back to the hospital lies. We had to bomb the hospitals now just to have nothing. They don't give a shit. You're all Hamas, you're all terrorists, even the children. We're going to kill you all. It don't matter. Meanwhile, warning death. The Israeli army blindfolded a Palestinian man in the West Bank and made him run. As he runs away without looking, they shoot him and killed him. There's even a video, folks. This guy blindfolded. They make him run away with his arms out. And warning, you're about to see, don't watch this. Here he is. Running away. Here he is. And boom, they shoot him in the head. He's blindfolded. He's running away from him. Shoot him right in the fucking head in front of everybody, folks. Committing the war crimes right in front of us. They do not care because they know nothing will happen to them. They know they own us. They rule us. Joe Biden go lick that fucking booty hole, send them bigger bombs, send them more fucking money. The more children they kill, the more weapons he gonna fucking send them because we have nothing but psychopathic child murderers in charge of us. The most evil sacks of shit. That's the only way you can have power in this world, apparently. You have to be the worst among the worst in order to ascertain control of our political bodies. Meanwhile, from Selena with hate. Yeah. We're going to drop this on kids. We're going to kill you. We hate you. We hate you, children. We're the good guys, y'all. Meanwhile, they're psychopaths. They're literally just like serial killers, but they're gleefully doing their horrible atrocities just right out in public. They're taking pictures of it themselves and putting it on social media, and they're celebrating it because they know nobody's ever going to do anything. They know the worse they are, the more they get treated as heroes by these psychopaths in their fucking country. Israeli soldiers celebrating his birthday besides a kidnapped Palestinian from the city. The footage was shared a few days ago. Yay, my birthday. Look at this guy tied up behind me. Who even knows who he is? They're psychos. Literally Buffalo Bill type serial killer. Just sick fucks. Meanwhile, even CNN is starting to call out the most unprofessional, the most undisciplined military on the planet right now, the IDF. Surprised to see this from CNN.
This is a how-to video on how to blow up a mosque in Gaza. Format is internet fluent. The content is very real. Filmed, edited, and posted on Instagram by an Israeli soldier. It's one of dozens reviewed by CNN. For many in 2024, social media is everyday life. Israeli soldiers are no different, except they're fighting Israel's largest and most brutal war in decades. In video after video after video, soldiers document the destruction of Gaza and rejoice. They film detonations to use as wedding invitations. Among them are would-be comedians, whose videos satirizing the war show the devastation in Gaza.
This was a university. I'd have helped them. It became the Open University.
Soldiers have always documented themselves. It could be in journals. It could be with, taking pictures.
Avner Gvaryahu served in the IDF during the Second Intifada. He leads the group Breaking the Silence, which encourages soldiers to speak out about the realities of occupation.
Even if we do find, the why we went to this war important, significant, and necessity, we have to ask ourselves how we're conducting ourselves in wartime.
The videos often end up on the social media channels of right-wing political commentators. They boast to the Israeli public of the tactics used to defend them. The IDF told CNN that it has acted and continues to act to identify unusual cases that deviate from what is expected of IDF soldiers. Those cases will be arbitrated and significant command measures will be taken.
Definitely. We're going to investigate ourselves, folks. 100%. They're going to hold all those IDF soldiers super accountable, aren't they? No, obviously they're fucking not. Meanwhile, this is the kind of propaganda they're putting out, folks. It's the MOT, Zionist Mossad agent. Kudos to the heroes of the IDF battling evil darkness in Gaza. The Real Justice League, yeah, those are the superheroes bowing to the IDF terrorists. Imagine thinking you're brave because you murder defenseless children and babies. But they do. They really believe they're fucking heroes. They believe they're God's chosen people. They deserve to kill the rats and the animals that are beneath them. Meanwhile, here in America, it's just pro-Palestinians out, and they're just trying to keep children from being murdered. They're trying to stop the ethnic cleansing. They're trying to stop the genocide. They're trying to stop the babies from getting splattered, their body parts blown everywhere. Do whatever they can, as helpless as we all feel. So, of course, you have these pro-Israeli, I'm going to try to be nice here. You have these pro-Israelis with their crocodile tears demanding that their free speech of the pro-Palestinians be shut down, claiming that the people who just want these children to stop being murdered are somehow the bad guys who want them to be killed, when they are the ones committing the genocide. They are the ones doing all the child murderers. Somehow they are the ones who are the victims.
Allowed! They want our people dead! They want us killed! And so part of it. How is it allowed?
How is it allowed? Are you allowed to try? How are they allowed to try to stop making us kill children? They shouldn't be allowed to do that. We should be able to kill anybody we want to. We should be allowed to kill them right now. We're Jews. We can kill anybody we want to because of the Holocaust.
They want us dead.
I don't see any tears.
Please end it, please.
No tears. Fake as shit. Bad actress. Shameless. So fucking shameless. Not a single tear.
Why can't they just go up there?
I bet she loves to call the cops on black people. I feel in danger right now. Just fucking angry. Meanwhile, they gave Michael Rappaport a Super Bowl commercial, y'all. The Jewish government, the Israeli government, gave Michael Rappaport, this D-level actor who hasn't done anything with his career in 20 years, now has been reborn as the spokesman for Israeli genocide. Somehow this dude is both greasy as shit and also crusty. I don't know how you get this skin type. Need to see a dermatologist stat. Anyway.
Don't go into Rafah. Rafah this, Rafah that. Genocide this, genocide that.
Yeah, genocide this, genocide that. Who gives a shit about genocide, y'all? We should be able to genocide anybody we want to. Why do you guys care about the children that are being murdered?
They rescued IDF, actual freedom fighters, rescued 2 hostages.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how many they killed. They murdered a shit ton of children, women, innocent people, but they rescued 2 hostages, and 2 hostages is worth way more than the 20,000 children we've murdered, folks. One little pinky of Israeli citizen is worth 1 million dead Palestinian children. We're God's chosen people. You're all beneath us. You should be honored to be murdered by us in our greasy ass faces.
From Rafah, the same place the Squad, AOC, Corey Bush, Ilyan, fucking Omar. And
Man, he sure changed quick. Remember, he used to pretend to be on the left? Instantly. Somebody calls Israel out for killing children. Everything he claimed to ever be for, gone. That's how little he actually gave a shit about any of that. He's showing what he really is now. A fucking child murdering ghoul.
Another one, whatever her name is, and Cadaver Joe Biden, all of them, and all of fucking Twitter, all of the fucking Hamas fangirls and boys was like, don't go into Rafah. There, 2 hostages were rescued from Rafah.
Yeah, don't drive the entire country into this one small area and then bomb the shit out of them like fish in a barrel, murdering children. Don't do that, right? Anybody with a conscience, with a soul, with a speck of empathy would have said the same thing, but of course not you.
Are you happy about that? AOC, the rest of you didn't want hostages to be rescued. You should be going, that's great.
They've literally murdered more hostages than they rescued. You greasy sack of shit.
God bless those hostages.
You don't care anything about the hostages. You literally don't care anything about this. You were just a paid shill.
It's like this isn't the fucking Super Bowl. 2 hostages were rescued in a civilian building. In a civilian building, Hamas doesn't give a fuck about the Palestinian people.
You don't give a fuck about the Palestinian people.
Give a fuck about the people of Gaza.
You don't give a fuck about the people of Gaza.
No shit.
You give no shits
of Gaza.
About the people of Gaza. What are you talking about?
Nothing.
You give nothing.
And neither do you, motherfuckers. You don't give a fuck about the people of Gaza.
And you do.
You just want to be right, and you want Israel to be wrong.
We want children to stop being murdered. You fucking ghoul.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. You greasy goddamn sellout. I hope whatever they're paying you is worth it. One more from this fucking waste of oxygen.
All right, I'm in Gush Etzion. That's the sea.
Uh-huh.
That's the sea. Over there,
yeah,
it's Tel Aviv. That's the sea that you are talking about.
Uh-huh.
Walk with me. That's the river.
Okay.
Over there.
So you're a Jewish person, you're about to say from the river to the sea. And it's fine when you do it. It's not genocidal when you do it. It's only genocidal when the Palestinians do it, right?
Past Jordan is the river. All right? That's the river. That's the sea. From the river to the sea. And I'm on the high mountains. First of all, you're not getting all this, you
What do you mean they're not getting it? It's their land. You guys stole their land from them. You took it. You're not doing them any fucking favors. You're the ones who stole it to begin with. It's just crazy.
You think you're getting from the river to the sea? That's not happening. And this idea of two-state solution, if we give you this,
if we give it to you,
you see what you're on top of? You think you give terrorist cocksuckers a view?
Yes, I think we did give terrorist cocksuckers the view. That's the only reason Israel's there right now, because America backs you. You motherfuckers ain't shit without America. You're fucking pussy-ass bitches without America, right? You only exist because we fund you. We arm you. Yes, we did give it to you, terrorist sacks of shit.
Tel Aviv, a view of Jerusalem to shoot and shit at the people of Israel.
That's what your guys are doing to Palestinians.
It's not fucking happen. There's no giving of rivers. There's no giving.
It's not yours to give. Fucking moron.
You dumb fucks, you.
But anyway, completely sold out. Whatever they're paying him, I guess it's enough. He doesn't care. There's no humanity in that person whatsoever. And then I guess while we're getting depressed, upset, disappointed, let's get depressed, upset, disappointed at fucking Bernie Sanders, who was confronted by some Palestinians in Dublin after he lied about his pro-genocide stance and denied the genocide.
Filed their own case in the ICC. What I would
David and I have discussed what is going on right now is absolutely outrageous. We've got to do everything that we can to end the slaughter of innocent men, women, and children. What I have supported, and I will work as hard as I can to get the Biden administration to support, is a UN trying to bring about a ceasefire.
All right, good start.
Humanitarian pause, ceasefire, in order to provide the desperately needed aid that the Gaza people need. When you get to the word, I get a little bit queasy, and I don't know what genocide.
What genocide? The fucking genocide of this goddamn happening right now, Bernie Sanders. What the fuck are you talking about? The indiscriminate bombing of women and children, the murdering of 25,000 innocent people, mostly children, the 3 out of 4 people that are killed, the ethnic cleansing. Hey, if you don't like the word genocide, which it does apply here because the word genocide has more than just one definition. According to the guy that coined the term genocide, this is a fucking genocide. Okay, Bernie Sanders?
We've got to be careful about that word, too.
You gotta be careful about it.
It is a genocide.
It's a fucking genocide.
What's your definition of genocide? Bernie, you have funded Zionism yourself. You have funded the Israeli settler state.
Yep.
Here you are, pretending you aren't. It is disgusting. Liar, liar, genocide denier. Liar, liar, genocide denier. It's disgusting.
Out of context. You just heard what he said. What context do you want? He's denying it's a genocide.
You are a child killer. You are a genocide denier. The United States military-industrial complex are the largest murderers in the world. It does not matter if it is a Democrat or a Republican. You have murdered people around the world. The Native Americans are still being genocided. I have never heard you once speak about genocide.
Well, he ain't now. Somebody said you heard him speak about genocide. He ain't now, is he? He's saying you got to be careful using the word genocide. What genocide? You just heard him. What's the context that makes that okay? Somebody please tell me. And last but not least, shout out to Cenk Uygur, who put out this week's best campaign ad about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Very powerful.
We get all the sandwich stuff for the kids' lunch. They don't like turkey anymore.
Yeah, I know.
What about the bananas?
Yeah, I got them too. But, honey.
What?
You're gonna have to put those eggs back.
They don't like eggs anymore?
No, they like eggs, but we have to set that $7 aside for killing Palestinians.
What? I mean, don't we give Israel $4 billion a year anyways?
Yeah, and now we're giving them another $14 billion. Do you know how much that is per American taxpayer?
No.
It's like $85 per person. Apparently, it's costing us a lot of money to drop bombs on Gaza.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't they get universal health care too?
Yeah, they do. We're paying for that too, probably. Might as well put the bananas back.
Why the f do we have to pay for all of this?
Because our government is not loyal to the people of the United States. Our government is loyal to the Israeli government and not us at all. Joe Biden doesn't give a shit about us. None of these people give a fucking shit about us.
Don't cuss at me.
I'm Cenk Uygur, and I approve this message. Let's save lives together at cenkforamerica.com.
Yeah, I approve that message too, Cenk. Good message. And all right. And let's ride into the riding with Biden section, right off the fucking cliff. And yes, I cannot believe I'm agreeing with Brianna Joy Gray, but she did right here. The Biden administration is deeply immoral, craven, cruel collection of human beings. Here's their spokespersons.
Last question. As you said repeatedly, you know, the U.S. chose to be cautious as it suspended funding to UNRWA for allegations that 12 of its 30,000-person staff, you know, may have been involved in the atrocities on October 7th. And as you described yesterday, you know, that's kind of standard U.S. policy to have this type of caution with all sorts of entities. But, you know, as our colleagues have asked you over the past few months, there have been broad and specific human rights violations that we've been concerned about, human attacks against hospitals and churches, targeting people with white flags, both Israeli hostages and Palestinians, torturing Palestinians, and now, of course, this attack on Hind Rajab's family and leaving her to die horribly. And so I'm wondering, on all this, you know, you've said we're looking into it and Israel is investigating, but in each of these cases, the U.S. doesn't seem to be as cautious with its money and support as it is with UNRWA. It's to the point that the ICJ and the U.S. court both say Israel may be plausibly committing genocide. Still, U.S. money is coming, while the U.S. shut off UNRWA funding immediately. So I'm just wondering if you could explain that sort of difference.
Let me say there is, I think, a false equivalency embedded in that question.
No, yeah, but it's the opposite way you're going to claim it is, 100%.
Between members of a terrorist organization who went out and
the IDF?
Intentionally killed innocent civilians.
IDF is intentionally killing innocent civilians. 3 out of the 4 people that they've killed by their own numbers are innocent civilians, okay? It's going to be hard to make the claim they're not doing that on fucking purpose. I guess if you're the only other argument you can make is they're so unbelievably bad at what they're doing that they're accidentally killing 3 out of 4 people who are innocent civilians, but they continue to do it anyway because they're just so negligent, they don't care. Is that your argument? Because only one of 2 things can be true. Either it's an accident, but they keep doing it anyway, and they're just so bad, or they're doing it on purpose. Which is it? Neither one of these are acceptable, you motherfucker. But when it came to just unproven claims about UNRWA, the aid organization, you were Johnny on the spot to immediately cut off all funding for that. So yes, it is a false equivalence, but on your fucking side.
Right. That is the difference. When you have members of Hamas who participated in October 7th, according to the allegations made by the government of Israel, that I should say UNRWA itself found credible. Those are allegations that UNRWA found credible of people intentionally participating in a terrorist action to murder civilians. That is different than a military campaign conducted in an environment where that terrorist organization hides behind human shields. And so we will continue to engage with the government of Israel about how to minimize civilian casualties. There have been far too many over the course of this campaign, and how to prevent civilians from being killed. But I think they are very different matters for the reasons I just articulated.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's what he should have said. We don't care how many people Israel kills. If they tell us to cut UN aid off from these starving children, we'll fucking do it. We are murderous cretins. And never forget, folks, Joe Biden is the biggest recipient of AIPAC money of all time. Think that might be a problem? That our president, Joe Biden, has received more money from the Israeli lobby firm than any other person in history? You think that might have something to do with the fact that he sold our country out completely? That he's willing to murder thousands and thousands and thousands of children and force us to pay for it? and not hold anybody responsible? Think that might have something to do with it? Yes, of course it does. You have to be this kind of evil to have any kind of real power in this country, unfortunately. You have to be the kind of person that would sell out your own grandmother to make a few $1 million, because that's the only way you can buy campaign ads to get put in office. The entire fucking system is irrevocably broken. And did you see everybody get mad at Jon Stewart because Jon Stewart dare criticize Joe Biden a little bit? Joe Biden, back on The Daily Show, had a segment about how age is actually a real issue with both Biden and Donald Trump. Both of them are not as cognitively sharp as younger people would be. They're the oldest people to ever run for fucking president. And it is an issue, regardless if Democrats like it or not. And now all the fucking Democrat stoolies are mad at Jon Stewart, Keith Olbermann. Well, after 9 years anyway, there's nothing else to say to the both sides this fraud. Jon Stewart bashing Biden, except please make it another 9 years. This is why I'm not a Democrat anymore, folks. Because no matter how many children Joe Biden murders, people like Keith Olbermann are never going to hold him accountable. They're going to stick their head in the fucking sand and pretend like this is not happening, which causes this to happen. Makes you an accessory to the fucking child murderers by not holding Joe Biden accountable, by pretending he's not a child murdering sack of shit. Stephen Robinson, Jon Stewart complaining that 2024 is a 2-0, guys. Again, it's like me complaining that it's 2 white guys again. It misses the point and minimizing the stakes. It doesn't. It's just telling the truth about how we have not chosen well as a country. These are not the best choices. Kevin Schroff, Jon Stewart is 20 years younger than Joe Biden, but they look the same age. They do not. I'm just adding that to this discourse. You are a cult member at this point. You need to pull your head out your fucking ass for 2 seconds. 61-year-old Jon Stewart looked and sounded so tired, old, repeating tired, old material from almost a decade ago, definitely past his prime. Incredibly sad. Yes, it's incredibly sad that you people have become the exact same type of cult that you accuse Trump supporters of being. That you will literally turn your back to child murder. You will turn a blind eye to it. And the only thing necessary for evil to flourish is for good men to do nothing, and you are not good men. And that is my Palestinian or Ride with Biden section. And hell yeah, smash the like button, everybody. Get your super chats in. I love Keith. I'm very disappointed. I used to love Keith too. Falling hard. John did kill it in his return. Very good. He had a lot of fire in his belly still. I thought he looked great, to be honest with you. Jon Stewart even joked about how old he is. He is. He showed a clip of him 20 years ago, joked about how much he's aged in 20 years. Poor bastard, unlike me, looks exactly the same as I did 20 years ago. I'm confident of winning Scrabble, Connect 4, Tic-Tac-Toe against Joe Biden. Yeah, me too. Anything. That dude's a zombie as shit. And, all right, folks, moving right along. It's time for a what the fuck / a trash world combo. Cause what the trash world? Nailed it. Did you guys hear about the Florida school asking parents for permission to have a book by an African-American author read to students? Yeah. Here's the permission slip they sent out, folks. Students will participate and listen to a book written by an African-American. Can we? Can we let black people speak in schools? Hey, we need permission now. Black people are not allowed to speak in schools unless we have the parents' permission in Florida. That's how crazy this shit has gotten. Florida schools ask for parents' permission to have a book read by African-American author. Nuts. But it's Florida, so nobody should be surprised. And folks, people are freaking the fuck out about what I'm about to show you. It's the end of the goddamn world. I've been hearing all kinds of gloom and doom on my social media, but actually, for me, I think this is awesome. So, the demo for OpenAI's new text-to-video program, it hasn't been released yet, but they're just showing the power of this thing. So, you guys remember when I made a music video in 12 hours? I made the music and the video using AI. And it was okay. It was pretty good. But just to show you guys the power, how far we've come with this stuff. Holy God, folks. What you're about to see is the end of Hollywood. What you're about to see is the beginning of an era where anybody can compete with big movie studios like Paramount, like me. I'm going to make my own movie. A year or two from now, after they perfected this, I'm going to make my own movie. We are entering the dawn of the independent creator, and it is a beautiful thing. These are text to videos, folks. 100% generated by AI. This woman does not exist. This city does not exist. All of this generated by typing text into a computer. Yes, a year from now, anybody will be able to make their own movies, folks. One person will be able to write, produce, do all the acting, do all of everything. You'll be able to make entire movies in just a couple weeks. One person will. And yes, I know it's scary because a lot of writers are going to lose their jobs. A lot of artists are going to lose their jobs. However, technology has always made certain jobs outdated. It's always going to happen, right? Cars made the Pony Express outdated. Planes did the same thing. Computers make people who knew how to type on typewriters outdated. Always fucking happen. So yes, being nothing but a sole writer might be a job that goes extinct. But now, instead of just being a sole writer, you get a chance to be everything. You get a chance to be the writer, producer, direct, everything. So yes, you have to learn how to use the new tools and become a jack of all trade instead of specializing in one. But now you have the ability to compete with all of the movie studios now. You don't have to work for the movie studios anymore. You can work for yourself. So it's going to be about who is the most creative with these tools, who learns the tools the best, and who's able to utilize the tools the best to make the best content. We're going to end an ultimate battle of who is the best independent creator. And I think that is a great thing. That's not a scary thing at all to me, folks. This shit is fucking amazing. Look how good it is getting, y'all. But like I said, a lot of people who are artists, a lot of people who work in movies and stuff, they were all over social media to complain because, look, yeah, it's over. It's over for the movie studios. It's all about you and me creating whatever content we want and the best content getting selected to the top. So incredible. This is OpenAI Sora, not available yet, but going to be available soon. And man, I cannot fucking wait. Shit is just getting amazing. Just to show you how far we've come in 1 year, folks. 1 year. 1 year ago, this is what AI text to video generation looked like. 1 year ago, folks, it was this. And even that was awesome a year ago. This was world changing a year ago. Couldn't believe this is impossible. Now, look, this is what we got now. In 1 year, folks. Talk about technological advancement. Remember how long it took for video game graphics to go from the first one we just saw to this kind of thing? Now in 1 year, video generation. Everything is going so fast now, and it's going to go faster and faster and faster. We're about to experience some shit, folks. You can get upset and depressed about it. You can be a little Unabombers if you want to, but I choose to be excited. And you guys see the new Zendaya outfit? Speaking of what the fuck. At first, I was like, hell no. Everything about this is bad and wrong. But then the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, I kind of love it. Hell yeah. I mean, it doesn't look practical at all. But she's sort of rocking it. And then I wonder, I hope she don't fart. She's going to fog up her glass booty with some farts. I don't know, but I'm kind of there for it a little bit too. Like a sexy C-3PO. Hells yeah. I'm all about it. And then on the Trash World section, Tim Pool spreading lies, making $10 million, $15 million a year, because this is what gets rewarded in our society. Doesn't have to correct the record. Doesn't have to apologize. Doesn't have to own up to it. Can just leave the lies up, knowing it's going to spread violence, threats, bullying towards trans people. It doesn't matter. YouTube still going to shill the shit out of his channel while shadow banning my channel to make sure nobody that subscribes to me ever knows I'm fucking on the air. Here he is. Transgender gunman opens fire on Joe Osteen's church in Lakewood, Texas. Of course, she wasn't transgender. They just fucking lied about it, but it doesn't matter, folks. Just leaving a video with over 300,000 views up that spreads debunked transphobic fear-mongering lie to allow it to keep doing as much damage as possible. Yep, no apology, no retraction, because this is what gets rewarded by YouTube and our trash society. And one more in the trash world. Prepare your ACAB emoji cons. This marching band member was guilty of, I guess, playing an instrument while being a little too close to a God man. And you can't have that. You can't be close to the God man. I don't care if you're in formation or not. If you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, you better change your formation for the God man. So here he is, just look, he's just sitting there doing his shit. He's not harming. And the cop gonna bump him for no fucking reason. I dare you stand next to me. I know you weren't meaning me no harm or disrespecting me, but I'm a god. And yet, what are you gonna do? They'll kill you. Just gotta go about your business. They feed upon us, folks. We are their prey. And we deserve every fucking thing we get for letting the situation get this bad. And that is my trash world. What the fuck? Zian apologizes, must be careful about who they offend. I mean, Christian apologists, yes. Zendaya could have become immortally famous if she stood up and just took a dump in that C-3PO. She's already pretty fucking famous. I don't think she needs much more fame. The cop knelt to kiss the feet of the priest, and the queer threw up at the sight of that. Bowie, hell yeah. Love me some Billy Idol. Yeah, Beanie Bitch. Fuck Tim Pool. The worst among us. Literally, people that will sell their soul, harm their fellow human being, and never lose an ounce of sleep over it. But he lost a bunch of hair over it. Yeah, you bald motherfucker. And all right, get your super chats in, folks. It's time for religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious. Goddamn, all that bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Everybody sing. It's time for religious bullshit. And starting us off religious bullshit, it's Prophet Hank Kuderman. And I know it's going to sound like he's being racist as fuck right now. But you guys don't understand, he ain't being racist. Is my microphone not working anymore? What happened to my microphone? Hello? Testing. Testing. Hello? My microphone's... What the fuck just happened to my microphone? Do I sound really quiet to you guys all of a sudden? I don't understand. Hello? There we go. I guess it got unplugged or something. How long has it been unplugged? Hopefully that just happened or something. Did it just happen? Okay, I'm going to assume it just happened because I didn't notice it. Came unplugged a little bit, motherfucker. All right, I fixed it. Yeah, I got quiet. Now I noticed. At least I noticed immediately. Fuck yeah. Hey, at least I'm paying attention this time. All right, cool. Hank Kuderman, folks, claiming that God warned him about Barack Obama before Barack Obama was even president. And it's going to sound super racist, but it's not racist because he has black friends who are preachers, so he can't be racist, regardless of how racist this sounds.
And everybody hailed when Obama came. Oh, he's the black-skinned president. I stood in Chicago, Illinois with 5,000 predominantly black leaders.
They were black, though, folks. He can't be racist because they were black. Keep that in mind. He has black friends.
And God prophesied, do you want... Listen to me, Chicago. This was before Obama was identified. Listen to me, Chicago. You say you want a black-skinned president. Is this really what you want, says the Spirit of God? And God began to talk about one that would arise with black skin but would have dark policies. And then God said, do you really want Ishmael? Called him Ishmael. Now, while we celebrated, because, listen, we should celebrate when you see what has happened to people that are black skin in our country.
Black people?
They
Yeah.
have been treated unjustly and unfairly.
right.
So it was something that really we could celebrate. But here's the thing. Because we get so looking at the race card or we look at the color of skin, we ignore what's happening in the spirit. So Obama might have been a black-skinned president, but he sure had a dark-hearted policy. What we are facing today with men going into women's bathrooms is because of his dark policy. What we're dealing with that stood against one man, one woman in marriage is because a dark-skinned man with a dark-hearted policy.
Goddamn, yeah. Black folks, hey, all the trans problems we're having, all the gay problems, it's because of the darkies. I'm not racist, y'all.
That challenged what God said. It's not in my opinion. And we celebrate him like he was some hero. And he's still controlling strings. I'm telling you the truth, whether you like it or not, I could give a royal rat's rump what you write, what you think, what you say.
No one has ever cared more than you, Frank Kinnaman. The more you say you don't care, the more you care. And then, folks, you know how Trump is just an awful, spiteful, mean, terrible, insulting bully? Well, it turns out God is just using him to do all that. It's actually good that he's that way because of the Bible and God and whatnot. Anyway, Hank's going to explain it to us.
Oh, I just think he is so mean. You know what? I realized something. You know, all of his tweets was nothing more than God speaking, whether he knew it or not, against an opposing kingdom.
That's right. All those mean tweets, folks, that was literally God's words. Wasn't mean at all. God just needed Trump to tweet shit for God. That's how God operates, y'all. Makes sense.
And what they're trying to do. And you know what? If you think President Trump is bad, you would not like Elijah.
I wouldn't.
Because he stood up in 1 Kings 18 said, why are you caught between two opinions? Come on, bring me your Baal worship. Put your bull down. Call down fire. What do? They cut themselves. They bled.
None of that happened.
Right?
So, yeah.
No fire.
Nothing happened.
And here's what he did. He goes, Elijah, I'll behave myself. But he mocked him. Okay, he wrote mean tweets.
Totally. So Trump, basically just God's mouthpiece. Mean tweets, bullying. It's all part of God's infinitely wise plan. And folks, prepare to be happy. You know why? Guess who's back? Back again. Silly Ray Cyrus is back, folks. Tell your fucking friends. It's amazing. And I gotta say, I am having a little bit of trouble following his logic here. Let's see if you guys can make heads or tail of it.
Trump was anointed to be king twice.
Okay, why?
But when this 4 years runs out, he had to be anointed again.
Why? Why did he have to be anointed again?
Because our cycles only run in 4 years.
So why would that have anything to do with God? Why? First of all, why would God have to anoint anybody? If God wanted something to happen, he would just blink and it would fucking happen. He wouldn't have to anoint anybody. And then why would God's anointment run out after 5 fucking years if he's all powerful? Because he wants it to? Because he wants to have to redo it again in 4 fucking years or 8? What the fuck are you talking about? You have to, I guess, redo the fucking spell or the voodoo doesn't work anymore.
So if he's not anointed again, if he wasn't anointed again, when the election comes up, that anointing will leave him.
Oh, okay.
And he has to be anointed for the next term.
Oh, cool.
Because he's already spent his 2 terms. He's been president this whole time.
Oh, he has he?
Heaven recognizes him as president.
Oh, okay, good. Nobody else does, so.
And so he had to be anointed again.
Makes sense, folks. Heaven recognize Trump. Like, it doesn't matter that he didn't get the vote. Say, heaven don't pay attention to fucking that. Okay, heaven has its own rule book they play by and has to be anointed again every 4 years like clockwork or the spell doesn't work anymore. It's witchcraft. But you could believe Silly Ray Cyrus because of his totally real hair, y'all. And that is my religious bullshit. Oh, yeah. Love it. You guys happy to see Silly Ray Cyrus again? Been a little while since he's been on the show. Silly Ray in his stupid wig. It's awesome. Best wig ever. A little purple to it. Might be a woke. What the fuck is this dude talking about? Even he doesn't know, but he'll still make $10 million this year, so it don't matter. You can say anything if you're a Christian. Logic has no bearing. Oh my God, his last name is Bollocks. Yeah, his wife has the same name as he does too. Just craziness, but also beautiful. And all right, folks, last chance to get your super chats in. We're going to do one more section, and then the show's going to be over. So this is the last section. Get it in, folks. Going to finish off with my favorite section, though. It's time for Beyond Security! And folks, I know you've probably seen this clip already, but if you haven't, holy God, you're in for a fucking treat. This is one of the most insane clips I've ever fucking seen. So, cop handcuffs a black man, puts him in the back of the car, I guess, and he's just walking down the street, and an acorn falls and hits the roof of the car next to him. So this fucking coward, this fucking insane, weak, pathetic pussy believes he has been shot because of the sound of an acorn. So convinced that he has been shot, he literally feels that he has been shot. Once again, no gun has been fired. Turns around, fires a hail of bullets into the police car, thinking, I guess, the black guy, of course, in the back of the car who's been handcuffed, fired a shot at him. This is so fucking crazy, so ridiculous. But these are the God men who have the right to kill us if they so feel the need to. Watch this shit.
Shots fired! You know. I'm hit!
An acorn fell, y'all.
What? In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
Dude's convinced he's been fucking shot, y'all. Cops are so fucking pathetic. Imagine how many people they've got scared and murdered on accident that weren't on film over the years, folks.
I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Fucking terrorism.
I don't know.
Stop.
I might have hit my vest.
I might have hit my vest. The cop's gonna shoot somebody else who are scared of him firing everybody. All right, go away. Stop it. Stop.
Stay inside your house. Stay inside your house.
So anyway, this incredibly brave alpha male, I guess, quit. Not a moment too soon. These fucking cowards, scared of their own shadows. Yeah, they get to murder us if they want to. And we got to pay for it.
It might have hit my vest. I don't know, but I'm not.
I don't know. It felt like it.
Felt like it. How do you not know if you were shot or not?
Jesse, move over to me. I got you. Move over to me.
How do you think you were shot when you weren't? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, about to get the AR-15s out.
Jesse, come back.
They're all surrounding the car.
Mark vehicle right
It's the
there.
craziest fucking shit, y'all.
Dude, am I hit?
No, you're not hit. You fucking coward. Just good God. Cops should, every one of them, like doctors, should have to have insurance. Every one of them. And then if they abuse somebody's rights and they get sued, the insurance should pay for it, not the taxpayers. And then if cops, insurance goes up too high because they get too many complaints against them, because they abuse too many people, then they get fired. If you can't have insurance, if no insurance will cover you, then you get fired. Just like a fucking doctor. That's how it should goddamn be. Fuck this taxpayers bailing these goddamn abject cowards out as they fucking abuse us. It's craziness. And yeah, of course, the memes were out. Officer Acorn on duty. Gonna fucking wet himself. I'm glad it wasn't a fucking pine cone. Everybody would be dead. And meanwhile, in this Beyond Parody universe, now Coke Jr. out here selling ivermectin, y'all. I shit you not.
Like we saw with COVID, supply chain chaos, lockdowns, Fauci failures, all of it can make it harder to get the medicine you and your family need in a time of crisis. With the Wellness Company's emergency medical kit, you'll be empowered to take control of your health. The kit includes 8 life-saving medications, including amoxicillin, the Z-Pack, ivermectin, to keep on hand, to store away, to use when you need it, and along with a great guide.
You're never going to have a need for ivermectin. It's for like river blindness and parasites. I guess if you go to Africa or something, maybe, but otherwise you don't need that. But holy God, just idiots. ABG, always grifting, forever, always. Meanwhile, folks, you guys see this one. Richard Stroker. My name is Richard Stroker. I'm a Gen Z conservative who is fighting for President Trump. Trump is the only America First candidate. I will loyally aid him in defeating the deep state, ending the border crisis, and restoring order to our nation. Will you join me? And I agree. This is the most severe case of old man, little boy syndrome I've ever seen. Is this guy 50 or is he 12? I can't figure it out. And he kind of looks like me. I'm all confused. Is this Photoshop? Is this AI? Who is this guy? I got questions, y'all. I'm guessing he must be young, because it says he's Gen Z, but holy God, he looked like a boomer and Gen Z mixed together. I can't figure it out. Is this my kid? Is this my granddad? I don't know. Anyway. And then, nothing more ridiculous than alpha males, y'all. They spent $7,000 each on an alpha male boot camp where they get abused and yelled at by another man so they can feel like they are genetically superior or something. Can't get more fucking pathetic than these people.
Here's why. Here's why. Here's why. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me. I'm not touching you. Little bitch. I'm not touching you. Fucking bitch. All of you get in the fucking tub. Get in the tub. Every one of you. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Sir, every one of you get in the tub. Get in the tub. Get in the tub. Shut up. There is no respect. Get in the tub. You are going home. Oh, no, you're not. Sit down. You're not going in the fucking water. They're all going in the water. They're all going in the water. You're fucking done. You're fucking done.
No, I'll get in the water. It's reverse psychology. I pay good money to have you abuse me. God, they're such cucks. They want to be sexually abused so bad. You're gay. Just admit it. You feel so much better. You'll be happier. Good Lord. And then Genius Republican, y'all. It's the kid Luke Beasley. Like this kid. He works for David Pakman, who I don't like. But this kid does a good job. And he's out entering the Trumpers. And this time, I bet this Trumper knows what the fuck he's talking about, y'all. Hold your breath.
The president right now.
Definitely not. So he asked the guy, who is the president right now?
The president right now.
Definitely not Joe Biden.
Interesting. And who is then?
Well, I want to say it's it's a movie. If you think about
Such
it.
idiots. I want to say these guys, they have no clue what they're talking about. And when you ask them specifics about why they believe what they believe, they literally have no idea. So all they can tell you is, do your research, Google it. But you did your research, right? You Googled it. So can't you tell me what you found and why you believe what you believe? But they can't. So if you don't know why you believe what you believe and you can't explain it to me, then isn't it true you don't really know enough about it to believe in it to begin with? Of course not. But don't tell them that. It'll confuse them.
Gonna need elaboration on that.
There's way too much things going on behind the scenes to even look at what's going on in the mainstream TVs. You get that?
All right, and then diving into that, what's going on behind the scenes?
It's hard to even fathom. Do your own research. Just don't hear speculation. You can pull up your own information, and it's crystal clear.
Crystal clear. I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
And do you like
I love
him?
the man to death, but I'm so sick of seeing his commercials.
Oh, right. Okay. So one of the things, he's a good example to me of this phenomenon that I see a lot in what would be called conspiracy theorist circles, is making a bold prediction. Trump's going to become president by this period of time. It doesn't happen, and then I get confused because the followers don't stop trusting him. Mike Lindell has predicted just around the corner Trump's going to be by this August, whatever, then this, and that hasn't happened.
I agree.
And why doesn't that cause you not to support them and think, oh, maybe what they're selling me is dishonest?
Right. He totally lies to you continuously. He says shit, it's going to happen, and it never happens. It never pans out. His predictions never come true. Why don't eventually you realize he's full of fucking shit and stop believing him? Go.
Things have, they have channels they have to go through, and things have to happen in a certain way to happen. So, all right, I'm sorry. On the spot.
Yeah, on the spot. You know what the fuck they're talking about. Doesn't matter if you're on the spot or not. You have no clue. Nothing is happening in your head. You are so confident in your own intelligence, but it ain't fucking happening because it doesn't exist. Good God. And who loves overtime? You love overtime. The green screen loves overtime. This cat's been an asshole. This cat loves overtime. I scratch his booty. The booty goes up. Put your booty down. Cat loves overtime, so reward me for overtime. We got 2 more. And first off, did you guys hear about the Canadian family that moved to Russia because they thought Russia was going to be better for their Christian beliefs? They were so scared of gay people that they had to move to Russia? Yeah, totally. Otherwise, the gay people are going to trans their children. So Vladimir Putin, he's totally cool. Yeah. And anyway, guess what happened? I bet you can't guess. Anyway.
Today, let's talk about a Canadian family that has 8 children that sold everything they had in Canada and moved to Russia. The Aren't Feisty family, I hope I pronounced that correctly, moved to Nizhny Novgorod region of the Russian Federation a month ago from Canada to raise their 8 children in the spirit of orthodox values away from the LGBTQ plus community.
Well, Canada's not the same country it used to be, and we didn't feel safe for our children there in the future anymore. There's a lot of left-wing ideology, LGBTQ, trans, just a lot of things that we don't agree with that they teach there now, and we wanted to get away from that for our children. Also for economic reasons, for farming, better opportunities. We felt Russia was best. Russia also has the strength to stand up against Western pressures, and yeah, I think it'll stand on its own, and it'll keep that stuff away for many, many, many years.
Going to be a good life decision. Going to have way better financial opportunities in Russia. I think we can all agree and see where this is going.
Other countries are under the Western influence and wouldn't be able to stand up against it, I don't think. So, why Nizhny Novgorod? It looks a lot like where we're from. It's got a similar climate, lots of land, lots of opportunities, and the government is interested, or tells us that they are very interested in working with Western farmers and helping us to get established here.
Today, the family's accounts have been blocked. They have nothing to live on, and Feistray's wife has already declared her disappointment with Russia, Russian Federation regional media reported. It is reported that the moved to Russia to farm. Feistra believes that there is a lot of good, cheap land here. In Canada, the family sold real estate and transferred the funds to a Russian account. The bank found the transfer suspicious as the Canadians were unable to justify the origin of the large sum in time, and it blocked their accounts. In addition, few bank and government employees understand English well. Canadians have to communicate with them through machine translation, which complicates the process. Now the family has nothing to buy groceries with. Aarons shared the details on his blog. He is still hoping to settle the matter, hoping that a workaround can be found to unblock the account. At the same time, in the comments, he is told that it is unlikely that he will succeed, and it is more likely that he will be recognized as a foreign agent. Feistray's wife in the video puts it bluntly, "Okay, that was really dumb. I'm very disappointed in this country at this point. I'm ready to jump on a plane and get out of here. We've hit the first snag where you have to engage logic in this country, and it's very, very frustrating."
Who could have possibly seen that coming? Oh yeah, anybody. Holy God. I feel bad for the kids, but how stupid do you fucking have to be? Just wildly dumb. And last but not least, we're going to finish on a Karen tonight. No Karen theme. We don't need the Karen theme. It's a part of Beyond Parody. So there is a rapper. What is his name? His name is, let's see, it says down here somewhere. I never heard of this guy before. I looked him up. Apparently he is sort of popular. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. He's a rapper. Mildly popular. I guess he's popular enough to have a nice house or whatever. Anyway, so while he is at his house, some drunk neighbor walks up through his gate and starts accusing him of being a cocaine dealer. And she is drunk as fuck. Let's see where these hijinks take us.
I don't appreciate that. So,
My husband.
well, all due respect, please.
Hispanic.
All right. Well, with all due respect, please have a nice day.
My son worked very hard.
Please have a nice day.
On his medical.
Please have a nice day. Please.
Medical awareness.
So this kid, he actually been really nice and respectful. Please have a nice day. Just leave me alone. I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't know why you came over here with your drunk ass. With all due respect, please have a nice day. Leave me alone. Exactly how he should handle this. He's being cool about it. Let's see what happens.
Please have a nice day.
Yes, I can.
I got family over here.
G. Perico.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Here she goes. And yeah. Oh, walking's hard. In her socks. Uh-oh. Yeah. Get up. Get up. You're fine. Oh, no. No, you're not fine. Yep. Ow. Yep. What did we learn? No. Karen. Karen. Hey, at least it wasn't being recorded. What's that? Oh, my man, Karen. Mistakes are made. Mistakes are made. And, all right, that's my show. Hell yeah. Karen's never learned, folks. If you bail out, please hit the like button. Please leave comments. The algorithm loves that. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button. Tell your friends about the show. Do all of the things. It's not your first rodeo. Join my Patreon. Link in the description of this video to my Patreon account. We're going to cover all kinds of stuff tonight. Did you guys know that Johnny Depp and the Saudi royal prince are like best friends? Yeah, you're not going to like this one if you're a Johnny Depp fan. And yes, it's the same Saudi prince that murdered the American journalist and cut him up. The same one that's an evil terrorist sack of shit. Yeah, him and Johnny Bones, great friends. We read a whole article about it. Got another piece of shit Karen. It's a dude this time. Harassing some McDonald's employees coming up. All kinds of things available to all the patrons and all the Dust Buddies. So click on the description of this video. Go to my Patreon and please sign up. Help out me and the kiddies. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's finish up with some super chats. Water Polo Wizard, $5 Australian. I'm sure Canada misses them. Maybe all the right wing can move there. Now, there's a way of actually making America great again. Hell yeah, I'm with you, Water Polo Wizard. Second gen protests in LA, etc. Scientology. Do it to it, LA. New member Vanguard, love your content. Scientology? Question mark. So you're asking me to do videos on Scientology? I've covered it before. Not a fan. Welcome, Carrie. Well, Ryan McFadden, 666, at The Dusty Show. Pac-Man versus the caller about Palestinian link. All right, cool. I will watch it on the after party. So we're going to cover that after party. Let me go ahead and load it up. Load it up. Going to watch it on the after party.
Let's start today with an example of a...
Let's start today an example. I don't know how anybody watches that fucking pencil neck geek. He's so goddamn boring. Fuck David Pac-Man anyway. We got to watch that. There is a God, and Dusty is exposing the false prophets for her. She's hot. Me and her get along real good. What's up, Figment? Sanctuary Inc., $20. I've been a fan for so long. Dusty, keep up the good work. I will. Gonna do it forever and ever and ever on account of I'm never dying. BBC, $50. Woo! I'll give you a Ric Flair woo for that. ACAP, I found it hilarious that the state of Louisiana is declaring a state of emergency because they don't have enough pigs. Wait, what? A black skinned president? Oh, hell no. Racist much? Dusty, baby steps. Wait, I think that's me now. Never mind. I know, right? You didn't want a dark skinned president. God knew better. Love you, BBC. And Dave, $100 New Zealand is very generous, Dave. You and BBC are so cool. Dusty, checked how much it would cost to send you a dozen red roses for Valentine's. Fuck me. This is way cheaper. Yeah, well, do that. Don't send me roses. If you're going to send me anything, go to my public wish list on Amazon and send me whippets. That's better than roses, but this is even better, Dave. And you fucking rock. Thank you for your generosity. You and BBC came in strong for me tonight, and I really appreciate it. It helps me keep the lights on. So you guys, heroes, everybody, Dave and BBC, lots of love. And Urban Mouse, check out Runways ML's Film Festival. I actually entered 2 videos into that. Some entries last year were really good because people know how to use aesthetics of AI in their films. I haven't heard back. I was hoping I would win. First prize is 15 grand, Urban Mask. I'm way ahead of you. And Dave, sign as many petitions as you can. March in protest as much as you can. Send what you can. Free Palestine. Hell yeah, Dave. I'm with you. Everything we could possibly do. I'm trying to use my platform to put the spotlight on it, but anything you guys can do, it's not wasted. And thank you, Dave. Very generous. I appreciate it as always. Dusty, don't forget, saves animals. I do save animals. That is very true. Thank you guys for helping me spoil them. Can someone please explain what's stopping Joe? Just stop supporting Israel? Can he just tell them no more money? I don't get. I mean, his loyalty is not with us. His loyalty is with Israel, as our politicians have always been. He's, like I said, he got more money than any politician in history from Israel. A lot of politicians consider Israel almost like another American state. They look at it like it's a warship over in the Middle East controlled by America. And it's used to sow dissent in the Middle East and amongst Muslims. I guess if we keep them fighting amongst each other, then it makes them less likely to come after us. Or if they keep them fighting with Israel, it keeps them distracted. It's the same technique the British Empire used from the very beginning. It's the same technique that they used to start Israel to begin with. The whole reason Israel was started to begin with by the British Empire and Palestine as well was because they were trying to find 2 nationalistic groups to pit against each other so that they would come attack Britain. They would be too busy at each other's throats. So they brought these Europeans over from Europe and gave them the land of Palestinians. At the time, they weren't called Palestinians. They were just the local inhabitants of that land. And then they started calling Palestine, and to make all the Palestinian people nationalistic. And then they gave the Zionists Israel, and they pitted them against each other. Same exact thing America's doing right now. America's now the new British Empire. So we basically took over for where the British Empire left off, and we're doing the same old shit that they always did. So I guess that sort of explains it. Treats for the kiddies. I wish I had a 10th of your courage, Dusty. You do, Jupe. I guarantee you have at least a 10th. At least. Love you, Jupe. Very generous. Appreciate you. And BBC, $50. Woo! Hell yeah, BBC. You rock. I really enjoyed the candies you sent me, BBC. The totally normal candies. They were awesome. Just found out my friend Jim Bro was off in Miami back in December. Oh, man. Really going to miss that kid. Thanks for the laughs. I need them. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. That's terrible. Late to the party, but not empty-handed. Love from North Dakota, Dusty. Hey? Love back to you, North Dakota. You rock, Brian Paul. And Obnoxious Atheists get to one. Hell yeah, one socialism. Appreciate you. Jason Ashby, $10. Love you, Ice from Sedona Rose. Little Eyed, a boss. Hell yeah. Bleep Bloopard, I think I read everything. Anything else pop up? I'm sure Canada misses them. Maybe all the right wing can move up there. And now there's a way of actually making America great. I think I read it. All right, cool. Did it, folks. I did another amazing show of the world's best program. I appreciate all of you who donated. You were very generous. Helped me make my nut. So thank you. Means a lot. The rest of you I will see on Monday. It is only 2 days, a weekend away. So prepare yourself for my return. I will be back soon. The rest of you are going to see right now at the after party. Still got plenty of show for you guys. You lucky son of a bitches who are supporting me. But let's do a little kitty party, shall we? Cats know what's up. Here's The River, an original song by Dusty Smith to play us out with before we do a little kitty party. All right, you guys want some kitty treats? I think we got some BBC kitty treats here for you. Oh, these are the catnip ones. Catnip treats. You guys want to get high? Who wants to get high, babies? Who wants to get high? Come on, guys. Come and get it. Everybody, come on. Come on. Everybody, come on. Come on. Jump on up here. Better get up here while you can, Miss Katana. Jumpity jump. There you go. All right, we got Katana, Miss Piper, Pretty Boy, Misty, Half Stash, Miss Pistachio, and Violet. 6, count them 6 cats down at the kitty party. The usual suspects. There's more cats in here, but they don't come over here for some reason while I'm doing this. They're stuck up. But 6 is pretty good. 6 is pretty good for kitty party. So hell yeah. Folks, I love you. You guys have a good weekend out there. That is the Demandments. As always, till next time, Logic. Fuck yes, everybody. Later, y'all. CC doing good. Thank you, Spanky Whistle. Switch over now.